I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Renay.
And you're listening to the Working-ish Moms Podcast. Link.
Now are we on?
Yeah, and we're live.
Kelsey got her hair done today.
Trigger warning, you might be turned on.
I know I was. So, will you upload this on YouTube so people can really see?
Yeah.
She got the.
I've got highlights.
Yeah, but they're really blonde. You came in like ready for summer. Has Rob seen you?
Yeah. No comment.
He didn't like it?
No, like.
Oh, he didn't have a comment.
Literally no comment.
He didn't even notice.
I'm sure he noticed, but
I think it looks gorge.
Man, a few words. Thank you. That's why I came here tonight, because it's like,
Renay,
can someone give me a compliment?
And it's me. And I said, I wish you would have told me that you weren't going to look like a rodent, so then I could have done my hair, but you can be pretty today. You'll be pretty.
Your hair always looks good. Anyways, cheers.
This is the epitome of our friendship and our personalities.
She was like, do you want a bottle of water? We're at Renay's house.
Is that how I talk?
Yeah.
Do you want a bottle of water?
We're at Renay's today because she demanded I come here. No.
I go to Kelsey's every week.
She does. And it's only right. And we have minimal equipment.
And
as Renay reminds me every time.
I'm like, you can come here. Just bring your stupid three-legged.
You're like, I don't know what it's called.
Just
but I want more.
I do want more. Even like we have the lights on and we didn't have the ring light on. She's like, do we need it? Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me, considering you're so high maintenance with lighting.
Like, look at how short.
Filters.
We're just in a new setting. So now I'm just going to be analyzing what we're in. But we're not usually here. But because of our schedules, we like pretty much noticed, hey.
Yeah, we need to like get moving. It's Wednesday.
Yeah, and we did this. I saw you last Monday.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, well.
So I saw you Friday because we went to Captain Bonnie's.
Yeah, we did.
We
sure did. It opened Thursday. We were there on Friday. It was
packed.
A scene of an ice cream place.
I'm sure everybody knows what it is already, but.
Yeah, Captain Bonnie's is our local ice cream place. Our other local ice cream place, which is Oxford Creamery. Closed. Like, is it even opening?
I don't think so,
for the summer? I'm not going to put that rumor out there, but.
What?
That it's closed for the summer. Like, I don't know if they're opening. And
no, like, they're not.
They're selling it, but like, are they opening for the summer still?
I don't know.
And like,
I hope so.
So, I don't know.
Oh, that's news to me. I thought they were closed.
I mean, someone needs to do some research. I've done my part, and you literally came with
that
nothing
was me
today.
last week.
We clearly know who's steering the ship this week.
Not I.
I feel better, just in case anyone was wondering.
I was.
However, today's the first full day that Nixon stayed at school since last Monday.
He didn't stay at school Monday or Tuesday?
No. Yeah, so Nixon's been coughing really bad at school. I'm not well because I literally have zero consistency with work and just my normal schedule.
Are they just cool every time you have to leave and they're just like, okay, Kelsey?
They're like more than cool. They're
oh my God.
Whatever you need to do. However, on Monday when I got, this was the last call because Tuesday I just kept him out. Mm-hmm. We have a meeting at 11 a.m. every Monday to like check in with like everyone at work, all the programs, and give everyone an update of like where we are for the week. And so 10:30, first of all, I get a call at 9. And then I'm
at 9, you're like, he just got there.
Literally.
No.
Yeah. And honestly, like,
just rage through my body.
It's Nixon's coughing, you know, like it's not like they're just like, oh, we don't want him here. Out of every child, I'm sure they want Nixon the most. But why can't he's so cute and calm.
I don't know if it's just me, but why can't he just cough? Like, what is the coughing going to do if he's at home?
So Nixon's allergic to dust and dust mites. He does not cough when he's at home. He only coughs when he's at school. I'm also hearing, like, on the other end of the nurse calling me, him coughing nonstop. She has his inhaler, she has his nebulizer. Nothing lets him up as far as like breathing wise, and he's like a little raspy too. So anyway, so get the call at 9. I'm like, let's just see how he does. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Like, or no, at the time I didn't. Like, let's just see how he does. Let's give him an hour. She just gave him his inhaler. She's gonna give him his inhaler. So then like 10:40 rolls around, and I was like, all right, this is the call to go pick him up. So now, mind you, my meeting's at 11.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the call and I'm on the phone with her for like 5 minutes, and I'm like,
when you answer, are you like,
no,
hi?
I'm like at this point, like at last week on Friday, I was like,
Frustrated.
I just couldn't control my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't even being friendly, and I hate that for myself. I know why. I know that it's like, of course you're gonna feel that way, but like I just feel like I shouldn't, have reacted the way that I was. And I understand, again, I understand why, but it just like was frustrating that I was frustrated and I couldn't like reel it in. And so fast forward to Monday, I'm like, of course he's gonna, like, he was fine this weekend, he was fine this morning, no coughing, no problem. And then so I get the call and I'm like, oh shit, like this is my reality now. Like he's gonna come home again. And so 10:40 hits and I get the call again to come pick him up. And I get off the phone. I text my mom right away. I'm like, Mom, can you pick him up? I have a meeting. Like, I just figure between 10:40 and 11, I'll call the doctor's office, get him in, and then go grab him and bring him. But I couldn't even function. I I was like just bawling. I get off like a text with my mom, and it's just like the second I even think of my mom, I want to cry, because like your mom's, like,
they're like your safe space, so you want to be able to
like,
vent.
Mom! And my mom's pissed. And
yeah.
She's like, you got to be kidding me! I'm going there now. And so she gets me kind of like riled up by like the one sentence she texts back.
Yeah.
I'm planning on getting to my meeting, but I'm also like, I don't think I can get there. And as I'm saying, Kelsey, don't cry, I just start hysterically crying. And
but this is also like a buildup from last week. So it was every day.
Yeah, I'm like already catching, like I'm already having to catch up. And now I'm just like, wow, this is what this week is going to be. But then also there's no end in sight. Like, this is now just my life with this kid.
Yeah.
And like, if I have to homeschool him, he has no chance in life. That's what I'm thinking. This poor child already needs help in school. And like, if I have to teach him geography, math, English, yeah, he's going to be swearing up a storm.
But that is my question. Like, what is the end? Like, if he's allergic to dust and his school has dust, what is
TBD, because we have an allergist appointment next week. So they're actually accommodating a ton. They put, what are those things? Those like huge air purifiers in his classroom. There's a rug, and they talked about either cleaning it or taking it up. So it's like a small rug, So we'll see.
Okay, but so he stayed today.
He stayed today. And so
were you just like every second look like?
No, I didn't even. I prepped him before he left. He was like, Mommy, my stomach hurts. And I was like, oh, buddy, you're not allowed to be sick. That stinks. Go.
You have asthma, and that's it.
Yeah. But he was definitely nervous. I think he was nervous because he knew that I was stressed. Like, I let him be a part of the conversations, like with my mom, with the nurse, like,
and he knows that you have to work, but he knows he needs to be picked up, and he's probably feeling.
Yeah, I talked to him because I want to also make sure it's not like a mental thing, that he's like
a tick or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, buddy, I'm out when Mommy comes and gets you. Like, I'm coming from work, and then they think you drop them off at the bus, and you're just
marrying along with your dad.
Like, who knows what they think that you do, but it's just, it's not the reality of what you do. So
right.
I was explaining to him what my days look like. And I also think it's really important that they understand, like, just how hard we work in general.
Yeah, and that we are going to do an actual job and have bosses and our day.
Because they're usually used to me saying, well, Daddy's at work, Daddy's not here, Daddy's going to work, and it's always me saying it. So
now you're
like, not roles are reversed, but I'm like having to remind him,
that you're there too.
by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I also worked for myself before I got this job, so I did go home. So in his mind,
you can work wherever you want,
or
whenever you
I
want.
just was home, and that's my
working.
work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's, almost 8. I think he's understanding a lot, and I think that he had put a lot of pressure on himself based on my explanation of things.
And your faces.
Just like,
go to school, Nixon.
Just, you're staying at school today. Like, I prepped him real hard.
So he did better today.
He said he coughed all day, but he did get a doctor's note that he could stay at school with his condition.
Okay. I mean,
he didn't cough when he got home.
Until tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see. So fingers crossed. So anyway, that's why we're here on Wednesday.
Why?
And not Monday, because I was not well mentally.
I didn't know that.
Sorry.
I also wasn't well.
Tell me.
Because I started to not, when we were at Captain Bonnie's, I don't know if you noticed, but I was not myself. I wasn't feeling my normal self.
Well, okay, can I just interject here? There was a million people at Captain Bonnie's, and that's not Renay's scene. Her scene is like, let me get my ice cream, let me eat it in peace. Don't look at me, don't talk to me, let the kids be busy, tell me a joke, make me laugh, and let's go home. Correct?
Nailed it.
Yeah. So
nailed
proceed.
So aside from that, because it was packed, I didn't like that. But
I don't like that.
I don't like that. But I just wasn't I was feeling off. And my energy was really low. Something happened that night. And I looked at Kyle, and this is definitely TMI.
You exploded.
I was like, I need to use the bathroom. And that was the end of it. And from Friday night,
a couple inches?
No, I'm better now. This was last week.
Well, did you lose any weight? Maybe I want it.
I didn't check.
Do you feel skinnier?
No.
Do you have any recycled?
If I have to think about it, no.
Do you have any recycled water bottles I can
Yeah,
probably.
I do on the side of my fridge. I have 2. So it was for a good Friday night. Was it? We went Friday night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Friday night, and then he worked all day Saturday, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna take them to the indoor play place because I will get a break. I will be able to sit. I made
the one in New Bedford.
No, Fairhaven. Simply Play.
Oh, I thought you meant McDonald's indoor play place. Immediately what I thought about. I was like, the only one is in New Bedford. I'm glad we're on the same page with that.
No, in Fairhaven. And usually I go to Fall River because it's the indoor play place is amazing. So I was making their breakfast, and I don't know if I was feeling late. I had to stop. I had to keep stopping making their breakfast to sit. I was nauseous. I was tired. So my kids don't give a shit when I'm sick. Their day, I'm barely making breakfast. She's like, what time are we leaving? And I'm like, guys, I don't think I can make it to the indoor play place today. I can barely, what are we going to do? And I'm like, they just don't entertain themselves well at all. So already I know it's 8:15 and I'm by myself until...
You're literally going to die for multiple reasons.
So many reasons. And I'm alone until 6:45. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. So Saturday truly was a blur, but I just made them fend for themselves. I put them in the tub. I was in and out of my bed, laying down. I was like, watch whatever you want, do whatever you want. I need to lay down. They don't give a shit. They don't care about TV, nothing. Most kids would just sit in front of a TV and rot. That's what I would do. They did not, and they did not care. So Sunday morning, I woke up and I felt so much better. Thank God, because I brought her to this princess tea party. I got tickets. It was so cute. I got tickets a couple months ago. I was meeting one of my best friends with her daughter, and we went together. So we got to talk randomly for 5. When you meet up and you talk for 5 minutes and then you stop. When we were at Captain Bonnie's, we'd be in mid-conversation and Griffins by the horses. So we're like, oh, we gotta go. So, but Hadley loved it. And it was quality one-on-one time with her that we don't always get. And then sure enough, whatever I had, Grant got it. Yesterday, I don't even know what day it is. Monday, Tuesday, throwing up everywhere. He's so sick. So he hasn't been in school all week. I've been home all week. And I think in the midst of that, we just didn't even get to connect and like see what each other was doing and what's been going on. And we finally made it here. And I'm like, Kyle works until 8 last night, until 8 tonight. And I'm like, if we want to do it, you need to come down the road to me.
Mm-hmm. Takes me 45 minutes to get here.
No. How long does it take? Like 7 or 8 minutes?
Yeah, I was going to say 10 maybe.
Yeah. I'm usually down in her neck of the woods. But
well, my parents used to live next to Renay. They don't anymore. But I used to give my mom such a hard time because it like when so I moved, they moved, but when we were living where we used to live, my parents and I, it was a good like almost 15 minutes to get to my mom.
That's what it's like to get to my mom's now.
It's just like what having a little kid and their nap times being somewhat scheduled or knowing when they're going to go down. 15 minutes is tough in the car because once they hit the car, they're like comatose.
Right. And you
I'm
don't
like, Mom,
want
just come to me, please.
Yeah.
It's so much easier. I don't have to risk one of the kids falling asleep. Just come to me.
And I don't know how your parents are, but like my dad will never listen to this, so it doesn't matter. My mom is like an angel, Gigi. She is like,
so you know your mom's gonna listen, so you
she knows, but she knows. I tell her all the time, the best, right? My dad, if we come over, okay, no running, no jumping. Okay, careful, don't touch that.
Your mom says this?
No, my dad.
Oh, you're like, Dad, shut up.
So I'm just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
like I can't come here under like these conditions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it just like gets me stressed out because I'm watching the kids and my mom is trying to like appease my dad, but also doesn't give a shit and is trying to like play with the kids.
Like, it's fine. Don't listen to him.
No, she's like, okay, all right, guys, no jumping. You know what I mean? And my dad's in the background scrumming whatever, like whatever spilled. And I'm like, can you do this later?
Really? Like you literally have the rest of your life, and hopefully that's like a day so I can get my inheritance to like scrub your floor. Leave me alone. Clean up after me for once in like 2 months.
Yeah, no.
Because that's all I'm doing for my children. And like, by the way, be quiet and like just enjoy that they're like alive and I'm here. Yeah.
Do you hear that? Clip that. Send it to your dad, my dad.
No, my dad actually, he is like that, but not in that way. My mom is actually, she's a neat freak, but she knows that she has like all the time in the world. She's like, whatever, it's no big deal. Don't worry about it. There was marker on their wall, and she was telling Nixon and Otis, she's like, guys, if someone's drawing on Nammy's walls, you need to come tell me. And I think she thought it was Griffin, but like,
Otis is like,
Griffin just like puts a marker in his mouth. He doesn't want to like draw on the walls. He wants to like see if he's gonna get like some caloric intake from those markers. Chubby little kid. So
he's like,
Griffin, chill out. But my dad gets super nervous about them getting hurt and them choking.
Yes.
So every time they eat, my dad's like, smaller bites.
That's me.
He's not even really chewing. He's like, oh my, like, Kelsey.
Yeah, just nerves.
Like, can you, I literally say to my dad, look the other way.
Yeah.
Just don't pay attention. You're not even helping anyway. Just
yeah.
Go drink a beer outside and like, they're close to the pool. You know, like
your dad should get that choking thing.
I need to get a shot collar for my dad that every time he says something that's annoying, just like,
you know what I tell my dad? Go take one of your pills. And he will. He takes them before the kids come over because he's so wound up.
Yeah.
Go take one of your pills, have a little Tito's with a droplet of crayon, and everything will be okay.
Right.
I know. Grandparents, I tell ya.
I know.
But, yeah, so that's why we're here.
Because our parents aren't watching our kids, so we have to just jump to each other's houses.
But my parents are home.
Oh man! Mine are too. You
yes,
knew that. Okay,
we've seen them twice.
Okay,
I have. Yeah,
just making sure.
My mom and dad got home yesterday,
Okay, so you're giving them a
sweet
couple
baby Jesus.
days
She's
to-
already watching Grant tomorrow because I have to work.
Oh, good.
So she comes over. I work half a day, so she comes over. Kyle brings Hadley to school on his way to work, and she stays with Grant till I get home.
Amazing.
All I need is a little date night.
Yes,
It's been
for
a
sure.
very, very long time.
Okay, so that's going to segue into the topic for tonight. Let's get into why we're really here.
We've been doing this already
I know.
too long.
I feel like, too, when I listen back or watch back at some of our stuff, we're literally saying the same thing every time.
Like every episode?
Not every episode, but I'll say something and then you like finish exactly what I like meant to say.
Yeah.
In
another
Things
life,
are getting weird.
we would be married.
I mean,
I
probably hold a pretty tight ship.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah.
We would.
Anyway,
we would.
Speaking of holding a tight ship, so have you seen on Instagram or like wherever, I know you watch the news a lot.
I do.
Like the top 5 most
I know what you're gonna
expensive
say.
places to live comfortably.
We are
in the
number 1.
United States. Massachusetts is number 1 for a family of 4, so 2 kids, 2 adults.
That's us.
So to live comfortably in Massachusetts, remember how much you need to make?
$339,000.
No, well, maybe, because you know how things are a little bit different everywhere. But
tweaked.
Where I got it from,
tell me,
301,000.
Yeah, okay, that's give or take.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Massachusetts is number 1. Dual, well, I don't know, could be dual income or one income. I know who's
Even
making
still.
$300,000.
My neighbor. It's neither here nor there.
Are they single?
No.
Can they be?
No.
Okay.
You don't want that.
You're right. I mean, honestly,
I've
paid more for less and less for more, if you know what I'm saying. Second, Hawaii.
Really?
I'm not surprised.
I'm not.
It's an
island. Yeah. Is California on there?
California, it is number 5.
Okay.
Hawaii, you have to make 294,000. Connecticut is 3rd, making 279,000. New York is 4th, 278, and California is 5th, 276.
Why are we number 1? Why what is the problem?
That's a great question. I didn't do that research.
I was like, please don't tell
I was
me.
like, oh God.
Want me to Google it?
No. I think there's like so many different, like we have Boston, we have Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard, that's technically part of Massachusetts.
Oh my God. But it's like, okay, we hear these numbers and we think, how are we making it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm really not. I'm hanging on by a friggin' thread every day, but like in all different capacities.
But financially,
yeah,
that's a family of 4.
Mm-hmm.
How is anybody making it on the number of 300 grand to live comfortably?
To live comfortably with not a ton of debt. Because it is normal to have student loans.
Yeah,
to have some
credit
money
card
on credit cards,
Mm-hmm.
car loans, mortgage. You know, when you really think about it, it's like, yeah, you make all of that, but you still have a decent amount of debt that you're paying every month.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a nightmare.
Crazy. Yeah.
But we started talking about this because we brought up camp, or I brought up camp.
Oh, camp registration was this week.
It was.
Yeah. And yeah, it's super expensive. So, then I
you went
got
a little
some
bit
more
further.
data.
Go.
Yeah.
Go, girl.
So camp, just so everyone knows, for Renay and I, is $250 per week per child. So I don't know how many weeks is there. 6, 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then don't forget the 2 weeks before camp starts and the 2 weeks after camp starts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not even saying, like, my total is not necessarily in my total, because I'm still going to have to get either a sitter or a supplemental camp for the 4 more weeks. So, and I know what some people are thinking, $250 per week, that's actually not that bad.
Someone said that to me today.
Right. And even daycare, when I tell people like how much Griffin's daycare is, which is $340 per week, and he's a toddler, almost 2. I think it's around like $60 to $65 a day,
Mm-hmm.
which it's actually not that bad. If you talk to someone who lives in
No.
Needham or Boston or
Yes.
Providence or like more
Right.
metropolitan areas.
Right. But camp, you don't even get lunch. They don't
No, we're
even get
gonna
a free
pack
lunch.
lunches again.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
And also, just so people know, because not everyone's kids goes to school in our area, but where we live right now, kids do get free lunch. That is subject to change, I think, at any point, and also every year they like,
It's subject to change yearly.
yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I also, with everything going on, I wouldn't be surprised if they were just like, yeah, so we can't do that anymore.
I know. And when Hadley was in preschool, she brought her lunch. Like, it's not a big deal, but I'm like,
I know now that you have it, it's like, oh, and they don't get free lunch.
yes, because now that she has it, I was even then when she first started school, she was like scared to like get her lunch tray and what if she didn't like it, and
Mm-hmm.
then if she didn't like it, but now she knows they get cold lunch, so she can have like cereals
As
and
an
yogurts
alternative,
and
yeah.
fruit. So now she always wants to bring it. So I'm like, hell yeah,
Perfect.
perfect.
I don't
So
care
now,
what you eat, just eat something and
right,
keep it moving.
right. So now I'm like, for camp, it's $250, no lunch.
And so, right, so that's gonna be
Extra?
more groceries that you're
Yeah,
gonna have
just
to like
more.
consider,
Yes,
right, and
yes. But
snacks.
in the grand scheme of things, so camp is $250 a week
Mm-hmm.
per child. Grant goes to school a Tuesday full day, Friday full day, and Wednesday half day, and that's $135 a week.
Yeah.
I mean, not terrible.
So I looked on average how much daycare costs per day in Massachusetts, and it's a pretty big range. It's from 375 to 625 because you
Oh
also
my
have to keep in
God.
mind an infant is much more expensive than like a
Yes.
4-year old.
Yes.
And then also where you live in Massachusetts. So a huge reason why my cousin moved to where we are, which is closer to Cape Cod versus the city,
Yeah.
was because she has twins and daycare was,
Yeah,
I
it's
think,
insane.
at least double, if not more.
Yeah.
So she had a huge savings just by moving. So yeah, 375 to 625 per week, or 100 to 120 per day. That's like another
Wow.
average.
Wow.
Yeah, I think 100 per 120 is more like
The norm.
realistically an
Yeah.
average
Yes.
for
Agreed.
Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked up groceries. Like,
Oh,
so curious because I obviously know what my average is
okay.
per week. And like I try
Do you
to,
go to Market Basket or Stop and Shop?
okay, so neither.
You go
I
to frickin' Arby's.
Salty. Get out of your bubble. I wish I went to Arby's every day. Arby's is like that sandwich place, isn't
And
it?
even when I said it, I was like, "Oh, I meant Trader Joe's." No, I didn't even. I didn't even.
I wish I could go to Trader Joe's every week.
Oh my
I would live
God.
there.
I'm like, "What are you at Costco's?
I
BJ's?"
do have a BJ's membership, but I don't go there very
Okay,
often.
so you're at Aldi's.
Aldi, yeah.
Aldi. Okay, is that where
Such a
you?
Massachusetts thing to put S's on the end of things.
Yeah,
And
you at the
R's.
Aldi's? You at the Trookies, the Stop and Shops?
Arby's.
Oh my God. Okay, so you're at Aldi.
Yeah, I get Instacart. I Instacart Aldi.
Is that more expensive? I'm not
No,
familiar at all.
Aldi is the cheapest around town.
Really?
Yeah, obviously it'd be cheaper if I didn't Instacart it. It's probably an additional like $15 to $20 more
That's not that much. That's not that
for
much of a
someone to go
savings.
for someone to go shop for you and then drop it off at your door. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's like I'll pay
Even if it was like
five
$40, I
thousand
would have been
dollars.
like, relax.
I will literally give you one of my kids. Like, no, please.
We're trying to talk about savings.
I know. Well, I think that's the key thing here is like just
All right,
give away one
are
of
you
my
going to
children.
give your bill?
What?
Are you going to say what your Aldi
Yeah.
bill is? All right. I want to hear it.
Okay, so I'm usually around like 300.
Mine's about 225 for 4 people.
Mm-hmm. And we'll get to this, but we hardly eat out.
Yeah, we'll get to this. All right.
So
you're at Aldi's.
yeah, I'm at Aldi's. Instacart
You're at
from
Arby's.
Aldi's. Yeah, so on average, an average grocery bill per week for a family of four is around $130 to $300.
Okay.
And then that led me down a little rabbit hole of how the fuck are people going on vacation? And you know how I feel
Cue
about
me.
Disney.
Oh my God.
Enter Disney.
Kelsey hates
I
Disney.
could go off, and I
She could
know
go off,
it.
and we're gonna have a lot of Disney lovers.
I know, and that's fine with
Whatever.
me. Like,
Few women that
go
listen.
live your life at Disney and have a blast.
I'm more like, you're not talking about Disney adults, right? You're talking about Disney's with Disney with your family.
Yes.
I am more like indifferent. So it's more like I know that it's enjoyable, but it's in some parents have just a really high threshold for patience. Kyle's best friend goes on vacation with his family of five to Florida to Disney every year. They love it. I don't want to go to Disney World unless my kids don't need naps. They can go into a stall by themselves. They can wait in a line for 3 hours and it won't matter. Like I don't want to worry about anything.
Don't forget the heat. If you go to Disney when it's
the weather.
so hot, like my kids can't be too hot, too cold, too anything.
It just like doesn't sound. But there to people that's so enjoyable. So it's like it doesn't sound enjoyable
and
to
that's fine.
us.
Yes.
But what's the price?
So Disney for a family of four should expect to spend a minimum of $6,000 for on-property 7 nights at Walt Disney World, including food, hotel, theme park tickets, and add-ons. Now I know what everyone's saying, $6,000. I thought it was more expensive than that. I'm sure it is. Because I've heard
it's 10 to 12
from
grand.
people that they booked Disney and I can't guess how much it was. And I would be in the tens and I was already wrong. So
it is. And it's also with the flights. So that's going to add up. The Disney park food. It's like
and you can only buy
$15 for a hot dog. You know what I mean?
Just like water. The bare
necessities.
necessities.
Food does look good though. Was there a pun intended for that?
What?
The bare necessities.
Well, this is the thing about
Jungle
Disney is they like create all these shows and movies that paints this image and makes this place so magical, which I love.
It is.
Amazing marketing.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You did it. However, there's such a small percentage of people that can actually access this magical place with their kids that it almost makes it sad for the ones that can't go. Like my kids, if we wanted to go to Disney this year, we could make it happen. However, I'm with you. Like one of my children still naps. I don't even want to go on a plane with them, never mind Disney World.
Yes.
They are not fine to not have a sip of water when they're thirsty, never mind fully dehydrated.
Yeah.
Like they act like they're dehydrated if they just need a sip of water.
Yeah.
So
the
their patience level and understanding for things is like
you just need
we need to work on it before we get there.
Yeah. But some people, you look at pictures, they're literally carrying infants around the park wearing the Disney ears, looking happy as a pig in shit, and they really are.
They really are.
So it's like
I know, but also, you know who's not happy? Your credit card or your bank account. It's a lot. And it's a lot of expectation. And then
it is.
I also feel like people that see other people doing that, they're like, oh, you know, they've been to Disney 3 times and they have 3 kids and they're all under 10. And then it puts the pressure on you, like, and your kids are asking to go to freaking Disney. You know, my kids ask every single year, can we go to Disney? Why can't we go? We never go on vacation. I want to be like,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
You know, that's not like why we're working is to just like drop 10 grand on a family vacation.
No, especially if they're at ages where they're not fully going to remember it. They're not, I mean, Nixon definitely is. I don't remember one thing when I was 5.
We went on a Disney cruise and then went to Disney. And honestly, when I was a kid.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I think 18. I was kidding. I was probably 12. 10, 12.
Okay, yeah, but like you remember more at 12.
And because it honestly was magical. Like the Disney cruise, like with the characters and taking pictures but I do have to say, all of that being said, because Disney, you're getting what you pay for,
Yes,
minus the food. Because yes, I'm sure some of the food is actually really
it
good, but
is. Like
like
I've
a
seen the
hot dog should not
churros.
be more than $5.
Yeah, I don't
Chicken
know if it was
nuggets, it's all
$15.
garbage. Like it shouldn't be more. You should be getting what you pay for some of the stuff, especially.
Yeah, and then it's like you can't. I don't know if I don't know, so nobody come for me. But like, if you can't bring your own food and drinks into the park.
Can you not, or you
I don't know
check that?
because I feel like if you can,
Then maybe
they
it's
would.
a little bit better.
Yes, but I don't see how because then nobody would. The places wouldn't make money.
One of my friends went to Disney for 3 days and then Medicine Captiva for like five or the rest of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how was it? Like, are you running on fumes? And she's like, honestly, we would have been fine staying at the hotel we stayed at and just staying at the water,
Yeah,
like
the
staying
water
at the
park and the
pool.
pool.
They didn't want to leave the pool. So,
Okay, this says yes, you can bring outside food and non-alcoholic beverages into Disney World, but there are some restrictions. No glass containers, no food that requires heating, refrigeration, or temperature control.
thank you, Disney.
So like
Throw away like
100-calorie.
sandwiches,
Oh yeah,
like what you can bring on a
like
plane.
chips.
Yeah, they're just saying like we don't have microwaves for
Yeah,
you
yeah,
to
yeah.
use. You're not
Copy.
cooking your raw eggs that you
Yeah, you
bring.
can bring snacks, sandwiches, items that can be enjoyed at room temperature, water, juice. I mean, that's pretty good
You
then.
have a lot of bottled water that you could actually bring
I do.
yourself.
I'm gonna take
You
a
have
sip of
to
that right now.
put it in your suitcase.
ASMR. ASMR.
Um, yeah, I just feel like Disney has now become a place that only wealthy people can actually go and afford, and if you're not, then you're like paying that off for years to come.
I agree. Do Disney when your kids are old enough to understand, remember, and be okay with being in the line.
Yeah.
Like word to the wise.
I do want to. Rob went to Disney every year as a kid. They
Oh,
drove.
did he?
They drove like his
I
parents and
mean,
like the three
this
of
isn't
them.
like a
So
shit
he's
on
like, I
Disney
need.
thing. It's
He's
like
like,
we like it, but it's like why is it costing us so much money to get our family there?
right.
You know
And
what I
then
mean?
you're waiting in lines forever. But don't worry, you can get fast passes and then pass everyone. But those fast passes,
They
I don't
cost
even
more
know how
money.
much they are, and I don't even care to know. It's just ridiculous. That's even a thing.
It is.
Anyway, so that's my thoughts on Disney. Like, I think it's fun. I think my kids would have a blast. It's going to be a great childhood memory. I'm with you. I want to bring them when
Mm-hmm.
they actually can remember, especially if we're
Mm-hmm.
dropping that much money.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
My sister and I did look up, and I say my sister and I mean my sister because she does all the research because I hate Googling and looking into things. But we did our first family vacation in November. This is our first time taking our kids on vacation. And there's so many people that are like, oh my God, what? You haven't been on a plane? We haven't been on a plane since our honeymoon. That was almost 7 years ago. And we went with my sister and her family and my parents and my brother-in-law's parents and like a bunch of other people. It was so much fun. So when we thought about going, I was like, okay, I want to go when my kids can be on a plane. They can be entertained by an iPad. I don't have to worry about changing a deck. I don't want to worry about any of that.
Like, I don't want someone crawling all over me
No, I
and
want everyone to be in
freaking
their
out when
own
I have to
seat.
put them in a seatbelt.
Yeah, and I am drugged on a plane. I cannot be bothered because I don't like to fly. But I will never not vacation. So like I just need to be drugged to get to my destination. So Kyle knows once we are in those seats, he is in dad mode because I am flying.
Flying high.
Literally
Oh my
because
God.
I cannot I don't want to and it's not even the fear of crashing. I'm claustrophobic. So the thought of me not being able to get out is really what really messes with my mind and having all those people around me. And if I think about it too long, like I need another lorazepam. So we went and it was our first time and I will be on I didn't care how much I was spending. I said I need a vacation. Put me somewhere. I don't care what it costs. Kyle's like, whoa, down girl.
Yeah.
You know?
He's like, last time I checked, we're married.
Right. But it was more reasonable. We did like an all-inclusive.
There's
And
so many things. And this is my thing with Disney is like, there are so many places you can go, see,
yeah.
do,
Mm-hmm.
stay. And even with Airbnbs and stuff, like, why is this? Why is this in our mix?
Yeah.
Why am I fighting with my kids about this and giving them reasons
mm-hmm.
why we're not going?
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about the money that we're going to have to save to like make that trip happen
Yeah.
in the near future.
And when we went, we I don't even think I told you, we just booked another vacation for next year.
Where are we going?
Cruising.
Oh, okay.
So Kyle and I, he's been on cruises separately. I've been on cruises separately. We've been on 3 together. It is like, we are cruise people. Like when we're retired, find us on a cruise ship because we just love it. So Ashley and I were like, we don't want to do Disney. Let's do a Disney cruise. She's texting me and she's like, Renay, these numbers are crazy. And I'm like, no, Ashley, keep looking.
You're not looking in the right
You're
place.
not looking at the right place. And we don't have to go to Disney World.
Just go on the Disney
I
cruise.
want to go on the Disney cruise. She's like, Renay. And my sister is like Kyle, they both love a good discount, a good deal. Like she's gonna scrounge up the best deal. She's like, we're in well over 10 grand for a Disney cruise.
Per family or like
per
for
family.
The 2 of you?
Per family. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, screw those characters, screw those kids. Where are we cruising to? So
you're like, I will bring my princess costume on a yes. non-branded cruise, and we will going to have the time of our lives.
We will give them. You will be Elsa. I will be Belle. So we ended up booking a cruise that was much cheaper than $10,000. I feel like I was more disappointed because I'm just like, my kids want Disney just like every other kid. Mm-hmm. So I was like, this is going to be perfect, but it didn't happen. But I'm just happy to be at the point where I want to vacation once a year because like, even aside from my kids, like I'm not even like, I want that. I want to go somewhere. Why is that so much to ask? To go somewhere once a year
especially
for 1
when you
week.
live in Massachusetts. It gets so cold here. I don't
the winters are so long.
They're so long. It's still long. I'm not happy with our weather right now. But I agree. Like I always say to my parents, you gave us such an amazing life, but now I feel like I was spoiled. I can never have that for myself or my kids. Mm-hmm. And it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And my parents are like, okay,
have you vacationed with the kids yet?
Yeah.
Where did you guys go?
Captiva.
Where? What?
It's basically an island in Florida, but it's like a peninsula kind of.
Okay,
it's
okay.
Like Florida.
How was it?
Fly into Fort Myers and then drive, I think, an hour and a half.
Okay.
It was good. I mean, it was cool. It was warm. There was
don't have
beaches.
to lie.
Well, like it got hit by all of like Fort Myers area got hit by a hurricane, I think 2 years before.
So it was kind of.
So they were still like
rebuilding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the main places were open. It's cool because there's only a couple places that you can go to. Mm-hmm. Like there's like one restaurant, there's like a food truck, there's one little like corner market area that you can go buy like
that's
booze.
Nice.
It's kind of cool. And then you can rent golf carts. You can walk everywhere. We all rented golf carts. We got a house for 4 families, and
oh my
God, it was great.
Are your dreams fulfilled? Do you have the vacation bug?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
once we went to Aruba and we hadn't traveled in 6 years since our honeymoon in Aruba. That was
Aruba is just also amazing.
It's so amazing, but I don't care. Once I flew on the plane, and that flight was like 5.5 hours.
Oh, I didn't know it was that long. I thought it was like 3.
No, Florida is like 3.
Yeah.
So no, Aruba's 5.5 hours. So I was really scared to do that flight with the kids, mm-hmm. and they did great. And once we were there, I was like, oh, you guys, this is it. We need to travel once a year because it's just like it's 1 week. Like you say, Massachusetts is just like such crazy weather. You get like these 3 nice months, and then I do love fall. Like I'm a seasons person.
Same. Fall and spring all day long.
Oh, I
But
hate spring.
I need some 50-degree weather,
I
like
know.
sprinkled in, maybe 55, maybe even like 60 for an hour.
Something to feel alive.
Yeah. Give me
Yeah.
some sun on my face.
Yeah. A
You
little
know,
bit.
like a
Yeah.
little drink on the porch and like watching the kids outside. Like
Mhm. Mhm.
that is what life is about.
Yeah.
But I have not had that for a really long time. Also in the winter, give me some snow. So that's what pissed me off this winter. When
1000%.
it snowed, I mean, you could see dirt on the ground. They were still sledding. They
Yes.
were outside for hours.
And I am a snow person.
Yeah, I don't mind the snow
I
from the
will,
window.
oh, see, now I will shovel. Like,
Oh yeah, I'll
I
do that.
am like outside. I don't mind. And even the winter, like Kyle, if I told him he would move to somewhere warm in a second, he would move to Florida, he would move somewhere down south. I will never move. I am complacent. So, and also I feel like when you move somewhere, you have to have a desire to move. Like, I don't have a desire. And I like my seasons. I like winter because I love snow. I like fall. I like summer. I just don't like spring because it's rainy every day. Is it hot? Is it cold? I don't know. And I don't care.
Spring just means like it's gonna be summer soon for me, so it's like
It's
I'll
like a
take it.
segue.
Yeah.
Right. But there was no snow this winter. So it's like, then it's just cold. You know what
And
I mean?
gray
Yeah. So it's just like, I
everywhere.
need that 1 week of a vacation in the winter where
Hmm.
I know that I'm going to
We
be
fucked
getting
up.
out of
We
here.
fucked up this winter by not having. We have New Hampshire. We're very lucky that our
Of
parents have
course.
our house in New Hampshire, but we need some diversity in the weather and just like something to look forward to too. You know how I
Yeah.
am with that. Like I just need
Yes.
something
That's
that
why
I'm like,
when we booked it for we're going next February. And I'm like, it's a year
smart.
away.
And February sucks.
It
So,
does. So
hmm
it's like, and it's not hurricane weather. You don't have to like worry about that.
hmm
And it is in like the dead of winter. So you can, have like a true vacation. And we have a year to save. So it's like, that's not in the back of my mind. It's like, you have to be conscious about it.
hmm
Is there anything that like you're conscious? What are you conscious about? And what are you like, I'm letting it fly because this is what it is and I like it?
living in Massachusetts.
Or just like your day to day life? Like, is there anything that you splurge on?
Um,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
What are you saying yes to and what are you being strict about?
So right now it's like convenience for me, like for a lot of moms. It's like you
Mhm.
either do the thing and it takes you time or you pay like with convenience. So
Yeah.
like for me, helping to save time and having to shell out the money, we have a cleaning lady every other week, which is
Yep.
super helpful.
Mhm.
Keeps me calm because
Mhm.
like by the next week I'm like this house, like I just want to burn it to the ground and
Yeah.
start over
Like it's
because it's
disgusting.
disgusting.
Yeah. 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 And
And
you
I
have
just need that like
3 boys.
refresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then my like Instacart, Walmart Plus
Okay.
subscriptions thrive. Um we have like Amazon and the Netflix and like those kind of subscriptions.
That's nothing.
No, it's not. But like it's still a splurge,
But
you
there's
know.
nothing like, why are your guilty pleasures never good enough for me?
What's yours?
Last time I was like, oh, what's your guilty pleasure? And you're like, flaxseed
I
chips.
did not say that.
Yes,
You said that.
no,
I said I
no.
love chips and you're
And then I
like,
said, what kind? And you didn't say a good kind. You said a healthy kind.
"Yeah, that's cuz that's I'm not buying that cuz I'll eat it." So it's not my even
So
guilty
you just
pleasure, so I trick myself into eating healthy.
go to dinner.
Okay, don't call me out. I'm just kidding. Um
Well, since I
no.
really,
Yeah, I mean, I just want to hang out with you, so I'll try to think of things that I know you'll do with me.
I will do anything with you.
Oh,
But I mean, like you and Rob, you guys are good. I feel like since I
no. He also just got a new job, so I've been trying to like we like
celebrate, you're like, Rob, take me out to dinner. You just
not
got a good
celebrate, but
job.
like we're not seeing each other as much as we did
Yeah.
before. So and you know, thankfully he's making a bit more, so it's kind of like
It like
okay, well
even you
let's
don't feel as guilty.
now like we're not spending the time, so let's spend a
Yeah.
little bit of extra cash and like
Yeah.
connect every other week or once a
Yeah, yeah,
month.
yeah.
But like that would be something nice to get on the calendar. Like every Thursday we go out to dinner for like 2 hours.
There's a girl that I know. I don't think she listens But it's not even anything bad. But her and her husband, they have 4 boys, and she said when she was having her fourth that like he wanted it, and she like didn't not want it, but she was like, they go out to dinner once a week, and she was like, the only way I'm having a fourth is if that never stops. And sure enough, every single Friday they're out to dinner, and it's like what a like I, it's like what a
again,
nice
something to look forward to.
Yeah, but it's like the fact that dinner, I haven't been out to dinner with Kyle since Valentine's Day.
And then you go out to dinner and you're like, oh my God, I actually do love him.
No, I wanna go to dinner with him and any night that I can.
No, I know, but like I feel like I get so annoyed with Rob, and then when it's just he and I,
yeah, you're like
separately, I'm
yes,
like, oh my God, you're so good looking, you're so funny,
and so am I.
yeah,
like look at us,
right,
So
yeah,
it's like
a great like
a
just
reminder,
yeah,
and
refresh,
yeah. And before Kyle and I went on vacation, I don't know if it was you that I told you we do that little chant like before we left. I was like, we hate our kids, not each other. We hate our kids, not each other. And it's like the everyday fighting and bickering can kind of just like get in like the mix
and
of
then
it.
you don't see each other for so long, so then you're thinking about the bickering and the fighting, and then it just like
and then it's like, but just to have like that date night, that is like a good splurge. I don't get it, but that's not because of anything else aside from like our schedules are just really bad. So like we don't get it from that. But I feel like that's a good one. Mine, so I get a manicure every 2 weeks.
I love that for you.
That's a splurge because it adds up, but it's every 2 weeks. It's like the one thing that I like really like to do for myself. And that and coffee.
It must be an on week for your nails this week.
Off. This is 2 weeks, 2.5. I'm going on.
I know. It must be an on week for you.
Yeah, it's
they look
pretty
really
bad.
good.
If you're watching on YouTube. Yes, I actually had to go 3 weeks because my nail lady was on vacation. So I said I had to wait an extra week till she got back because I don't cheat on anybody.
Aww.
Yeah. And then it is coffee. So do you make your own coffee at home? What's going on? Because I want to
things that I cut back on is
I will never.
No, not cut back on coffee, but like this is how we like savings. Like how do we save / cut back is like Rob and I both drink iced coffee.
Yes.
And we have a huge glass container that lives in the fridge.
That you make.
That we make. So we make 3 carafes of coffee, which is 42 cups of coffee.
Okay.
So make that like once or twice a week, just like whenever we need it. We make the 3 in a row.
Okay.
And just keep on pouring it into the glass dispenser.
Okay.
And I probably drink 2 of those, like 2 of the to-go mugs of coffee a day.
Oh, wow.
I love coffee. I love iced like matcha. Like I like iced stuff.
Okay.
That's like instead of a snack sometimes I'm like, oh,
you just want
it like holds me over a little bit. Yeah. Gives me a little energy. But like an iced coffee is, you tell me, how much is your coffee a day?
Okay.
And where are you going?
Okay.
Like, thank you for asking.
No, I've been dying to talk about this. If there's, can I do like a little
plug? Oh yeah, I do know where you go. Okay, go ahead.
This has to be its own segment. I go to the Nook in Fairhaven. This is, I don't like the taste of coffee, but I need caffeine, and I'm not cracking open a Diet Coke at like 8 a.m. I like the taste of like coffee milk. I would have like a Dunkin' when I would go to Dunkin', and I would get like a mocha caramel, like just like
specialty something.
Yeah, and I don't. My friends would make fun of me because I'd be like, "Oh, can I get like a small, 4 pumps of this, 2 pumps of this, a little bit of extra cream, no sugar." Like I just don't like it to taste like straight up coffee. Kyle has ice cold black, and I just want to gag. So
Same with Rob. They're both psychos.
Oh, it's awful.
Little sociopaths we married.
They are.
Not so little, but
giants.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I stumbled upon the Nook, but it is this little place.
Nook. It's a little nook.
It is a little nook.
Cute little nook.
It really is, and they have a million different flavors of coffee. And they have the kind that tastes purely like coffee. They have the kind that doesn't taste like coffee at all. They have a million different flavors. They have the lattes. They have the this. They have everything. Um, so I ended up going in there all the time, and I ended up seeing the owners in there. And Paul and Katie, they are like, if you could just come up with like two genuine human beings who like want to give back to their community and just make a little space for themselves where people can come and socialize and have coffee, that is like what they wanted, and that's what they did. And it's all people that you wouldn't expect. This, it's also like a rocker place. I don't even know if that's like the correct term, but there's like
Like
guitars.
rocking chairs.
No. There's like guitars on the wall. There's like,
Oh,
have you never been in there?
no. I know.
So there's guitars on the walls. There's old like Nintendos and
Cute.
pinball. And Katie makes these amazing cupcakes, linguiça rolls, cheese rolls, cannolis, casorla sandwiches, like anything that you can. She's amazing. They're both so welcoming and so loving. And I ended up going there when I was a stay-at-home mom, and it would be like my only interaction like of the day. And I ended up going in there and I would sit and talk with them for a little bit, and now I go in there and I talk with them forever. But I go there and you get what you pay for. So it is not a cheap, you're not going to go there and get like a cheap coffee. I don't know, maybe a black coffee is cheaper because it's just black coffee. But I started working earlier than what they open. So I was panicking. I was going to Dunkin', and after drinking the Nook for so long, I'm like, this is actual garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was going to Mary Lou's, and I was just trying to like fill this void. And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I went back to the Nook and I'm like, guys, like I need my coffee. I miss my coffee. And I would always used to get the chocolate buzz. So if you know, if you go to Marisol's, they have their own coffee, which is a chippy.
Mm-hmm.
The Nook has their own coffee, which is the local buzz. And they would just put like chocolate around like the cup, and then they would pour their buzz in it. So he goes, just buy a gallon of the buzz and you can just make your coffee at home. And I'm like, it's not the same. It's not the
I
same as
want to see
coming here.
you.
And I do. So I don't get to see them as much, but I buy a gallon of buzz. I buy the Ghirardelli chocolate, and I just do a quick little thing and I pour it in. And my gallon, I'm scared to say the amount. My
$36.
Oh, Kelsey, my gallon of buzz is $52.
And how long does that last you?
About 8 days.
Holy shit.
Hmm.
Wow, I'm so glad I make my 80 million cups of coffee.
When you said 36, I was like, oh man.
36 what?
When you were like $36,
Yeah.
I was like, oh crap.
Well, because like how much is a gallon of milk right now? I don't even drink milk. But like
Yeah.
probably like
So I
I
guess
don't know.
what is 53 divided by 8?
Who knows? Great question.
Do we really have to do, well, 8
I had
divided.
to ask Rob what it doesn't even matter.
Okay, so it comes out to $6.60 a day for a coffee.
That sounds about right for like a specialty iced coffee.
Exactly. So
at like Starbucks or
yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, in the grand, and
How many calories is that?
I don't give a shit. Don't give a shit, because that is the only thing that like I really do. I mean, it's like I have a coffee every day. Like,
Yeah.
sue me. You can't be happy. I can't have a, you know what I mean? Like I can't have a freaking delicious drink on my way into work and see beautiful people.
I love it. This is why you're happier than I am.
Yeah, you need to go to the Nook.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to go to the Nook. I have, and it is true, because one more thing about the Nook, it really took a hit when Marisol's came and when Starbucks came, and all these coffee shops flooded the area, and it really did harm. And it's like, it's really hard when you want to like support local business. And Starbucks, you can do the drive-through. Marisol's, you can do the drive-through. The Nook doesn't have that, but the Nook has so many other things that you'll never get from a Starbucks or a Marisol's. So if you take nothing from this episode, don't go to Disney. go to the Nook.
And get your gallon of...
Get your gallon of buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get your buzz on.
Yeah. I mean, I love getting my buzz on. I don't know about that. I can't do dairy. So
Yeah.
I think that would bother me, but I'm sure, like, I love real coffee. I don't love black coffee.
No.
But I can do it any which way. Otherwise, I'll drink black coffee.
Yeah, but they will have whatever you want, they will have. And if they don't have it, they will make it for you.
I thought you were going to tell me that they, like, leave your coffee out on, like, the sidewalk every morning at
no, but can I do tell
leave.
you, there was a drink that I used to get, and I got it all the time, and they named it after me, and they called it the Sweet Renay.
Oh,
yeah,
I love it.
I don't know if they just told me that just because it made me feel better.
I wonder if anyone gets it.
If you do, it's delicious. But that is something that I splurge on. So like that and my nails, but like,
well, what are other things? Well, you never really said anything that you try to save money on. What are things that you kind of like don't buy, but you know other people do, and if you did, it would be a splurge for you?
Honestly, I feel like I'm not doing a lot of like Target, Amazon. Like I'm not filling my cart. Like if I do shop or like I need something, I'll like run to Marshalls or something, but I'm not an online shopper. I'm not going to spend like frivolously on like things that I genuinely like don't need. And because we don't have the time, I'm not always like going out, so I am conscious about, like I have my coffee, but I'm having like breakfast, lunch, and dinner here. So it's like it doesn't really
Well, I think
matter.
like just the cart, like putting things in your cart and like easily transacting is
dangerous.
It's a slippery slope.
The other thing that I feel like I could be better about, but it's like the convenience. It's like I'm alone on the weekends and I'm always at like an indoor play place or like somewhere for them to play, because here they're just
caged animals.
They are animals, or they're telling me every 10 seconds that they're bored, or like I need to entertain them constantly. So when you go to a place that has all that stuff, it's like, yeah, it costs money, but like the peace and quiet is priceless.
You have your buzz. You have somewhere for them to play.
Yeah, and I'm alone.
Check, check, check.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm with you. Rob and I bring lunch every day. We make dinner. Well, I make dinner every night. So when I make dinner, I also keep in mind like lunch for the next day. And I'll already have like containers out and like portion out like what we're having for lunch.
So it's like easy to just take.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you talked about meals being healthier and more expensive, Kyle meal preps, and all that is so expensive because it's like he brings hot meals for his meal prep. So it's like more meat, more vegetables, more everything. So it's like that's more expensive too. And I'm like,
well, you know what's really good too, and I think like lasts a long time is like chili and soups and stuff. I don't know if you'd eat that, but we love, like the kids love chili. I love chili.
I like chili.
You can eat it so many different ways. You can have chicken chili, you can have beef chili.
Yeah,
like
I like a good chili.
Veggies, no veggies.
Yeah.
You can add rice into it. I don't know. It's just, I love it. And I love spicy things.
Me too.
So, oh my God, the spicier the better.
You know where we should have went that day for lunch? Frontera.
Love Frontera.
The Mexican restaurant near our house. I could sit over chips and guacamole and like a Corona.
Sometimes we go with the kids, and I do have to say, like, getting a margarita, it's like $16 for a margarita. So like now I'm like, okay, well, when I go, I don't know. Sometimes I got a Chardonnay the last time I went. Rob's like, you're crazy. It's like,
I don't like margaritas, so I wouldn't even.
Oh, I usually get a skinny tequila. Spicy margarita. So good.
So good.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, like I just have the chips and salsa. I ask for their house-made hot sauce. It's like this habanero hot sauce. And I won't get anything because no one eats their meals.
Yeah, so you can just pick off of what everyone else gets and have the chips and guac.
And honestly, all I need is like 5 bites of something.
I am the same way.
I'm just like, I just want everyone to be happy eating. I don't have to cook tonight.
Yeah.
And
that's hard too when you spend money on dinner. It's like, it's easier.
Yeah, but it is so expensive. Even like with the kids' meals. Oh, which brings me to my next thing.
Tell me.
I forgot. Oh, McDonald's. I was so interested to see. Because I'm a normal human being
Are you?
that runs out of time and the kids need to eat. And sometimes we go through a drive-through.
You
And
guys,
every time I'm like, this is insanely expensive and it's garbage food. So I'm like, what?
you don't like fast food?
Not really, no.
You don't like McDonald's?
First of all, I don't eat like meat really. I eat chicken and turkey, but I don't eat
Oh, you
like
don't eat like
burgers
burgers or
and
steak.
yeah.
Okay. Wow. I learned something new about you all the time.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
yeah. Ever
Okay.
since I was little, I think it's like a texture thing.
Okay.
I don't
Fun
know.
fact.
So anyway,
McDonald's.
McDonald's for a family of 4. The average is $40 for 2 adult meals and 2 kids meals, and that's without drinks.
But it comes with drinks.
Well, the kids meals do, and if you like, so say it was saying like with
Oh,
a burger and fries or whatever you're getting for the adult
I'm getting
minus the
hungry.
drink. Isn't that crazy? I
Well, yeah,
understand it's like
$40.
$10.
You can go to an actual restaurant and
Right.
get real food for $40.
Yeah, kind of.
You can.
I don't know. I feel like every time we go to
Oh, no,
Frontera,
not
it's like
not a family of 4.
Yeah,
No,
no.
not a family of 4. Like Kyle and I, it's like $40.
Oh, yeah,
Where
just
did
for the 2 of you.
Yeah. He went somewhere. We got takeout one night, and I don't remember where it was from. Oh,
Was it Riccardi's?
no, we got Papa Gino's. We got a small pizza and a small breadstick, and it was $38.
That should be
We were like, what are we doing?
illegal.
Domino's is $5. Domino's is way better than Papa Gino's anyway, but I wanted breadsticks,
I
but
love Papa Gino's pizza
I
and
love
breadsticks.
they're so good.
So good.
Ugh.
But you know who has a great savings is Riccardi's.
You told me that. You said that you and the kids went and it was way more. You were like, why don't we do this more?
Yeah. I mean, they were disasters when we went, but I
Who
was
cares?
like,
Take a win. Why? Was it like cheap or?
yeah, and they just give you like a really decent amount of food. The kids love their chicken broccoli ziti, so they all
I do
kind of like
too.
had like a piece of pizza, chicken broccoli
Yeah.
ziti. Like there was like a lot of like they didn't all have to get their own meals. We all just kind of split like 3 different things,
Yeah.
and that was it. And then we brought like
So much
2
leftovers.
to go containers home. So
Yeah.
I was.
Now, do you let your kids eat fast food?
They never ask for it. I mean, you know what they ask for is snacks.
Oh my
I mean, that's
God.
what they're eating.
How much money are you spending on snacks?
Well, I mean, that's like 75% of my bill,
But
unfortunately.
like even I just bought like and you know how they get you is like the images on the outside, like the Paw Patrol crackers and like all these.
Well, I don't go grocery shopping with the kids. So that's like, I think helps me with, I mean, not saying I'm saving
I don't
anything.
really either, but when I'm trying to get them to have different things.
Oh, you just want them to see it and you're trying to bribe them a little bit.
Because I was buying graham crackers and they could have cared less. And then I bought.
You should have called it Grant Crackers. So Cena ate it.
Oh,
Genius,
that
right?
was beautiful. That was perfect.
Well, first I was like, wait, no, his name's not Grant. Graham. What is it?
No, Grant. They're Grant crackers. No, he wouldn't care. But they had the Paw Patrol bags. Loved it. So it's like I'll try to like coerce them, you know, with different things. But even buying those, I buy everything in like the baggies, like the small bags. And it's like for a package of 12, it's like $7.99 for 12 for a box that has 12 bags of Cheez-Its in it.
Yeah, and there's like 5 Cheez-Its in each bag. Really?
It's true. So it's like where I'm spending $53 on a coffee that brings me happiness, like this has to come out too. Do what makes you happy. If you're going to spend a little more for happiness,
Definitely
do it. If going to Disney for $14,000 makes you happy,
so
do it.
When Renee and I went to go get to the ice cream place to get the kids food and ice cream.
Yeah.
So I'm ordering. My kids are like, Griffin's trying to just like escape everywhere. He's trying to grab. They're showing like the snacks and like drinks you can get, and he's trying to grab the juice box and having a meltdown that he can't have like the sun
The sun chips.
No.
Oh.
the juice box that's been outside for like
The Capri
5
Sun.
years.
Yeah, that's just like to show you that they have it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to grab it and whatever, and I'm just like struggling. And so the guy's like, all right, tells me my total. I thought he said 50 something dollars. It was $15. I looked at him, I was like, I thought you said $50. And I said to myself, wow, prices are going up so much. This is so crazy. I was like, but honestly, I would have paid it just to like get through this.
Just to get out of the line.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
It's just, it really is like, you just are like,
they're really
whatever.
reasonably priced there.
That's why I love it. It has
And
so
they
many
can play
activities.
outside. I
Yes.
know. But
there's
that's why
horses. Griffin was barking at the horses because he thought they were
so
dogs.
cute. That's why
so funny.
there were so many people though.
Well, and their ice creams.
I know.
So good. But they have Giffords. They have
Cushionate
Creamery, most importantly.
The most important.
And it's allergy friendly.
Yeah, which is really big for you because
Otis
your
is allergic
middle
to nuts.
son is.
Yeah. So it is helpful. Even though he gets the SpongeBob SquarePants like ice pop. I'm like, dude, do you understand how good this ice cream is? And you can eat it.
I know.
When he gets older, he'll understand. But right now, he just wants the gumball eyes from freaking SpongeBob.
But how crazy that we brought them for dinner and ice cream, and you were about to leave and not let those poor boys get ice cream. I wasn't going to say it, but don't look at me like that.
It was a Friday. I was so overstimulated. I had such a week from Nixon already.
I know, but that's why it's like, just let him get
that boat that wasn't even in the water. I wanted to jump off of. Never mind, like the horse in the background. I wanted to ride off into the sunset.
The boys are like, Mom, can we get ice cream? And she's like, yeah, we need to have dinner first. So we're all getting ready to go. And they're like, Mom, we got to get ice cream. She's like, no, we're going home. And I'm like,
Mike. It was actually like, Rob. Rob was like, no, let's just go home. We have ice cream at home. It's fine.
Oh, so Rob is the culprit.
Yeah, but then he ended up out of there with Griffin, and I looked at Rob because Rob was like the last one in, and the first one to say no, and I'm like, yeah, dude, just like
stand in line with
give the people what they want.
Yeah,
but also if it was just me with Griffin there, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know. You know, when you're in those situations where
you just
one of the
kids
is like,
yes, of course,
just not having
but
it.
Rob came in clutch because when we were in line, it was so long to get ice cream, and he played Simon Says with all the kids.
Oh, he told me that. He was very proud of himself.
Ugh, was he mad that my kids kept running over to him, and I'm like, sorry.
You look like their dad.
You know what I mean? They don't have anyone to play with, you know?
Or they're going to say their dad's not here.
Yeah, exactly. They have no adult male to look up to. Throw them a bone, you know?
Rob, you don't have a daughter. Just
exactly. So at first it was like Hadley wanting to go over to see Otis, and then she goes over in line.
Rob doesn't care. Like as long as like
that's what I was worried about though, because I had Grant, so at least I was like, all right, I have one kid. Then Grant went over there, and I look over, and Rob's like, Simon Says, and I'm just talking to the lady in front of me. I'm like, Rob, honey, you good?
If Rob had Griffin plus all the kids,
yeah,
anxiety attack.
And it's like that parking lot is really scary.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's our food for thought this week.
Literally.
Yeah.
Expensive. We're expensive. Food
what are you spending your money on? What are you saving your money on? Give us a few.
Yeah, if there's any like tips of apps, like what else I can do other than go to findmymassmoney.gov.
Do you want to know what though? Like even when you said that, like
what?
I'm gonna have like another laughing fit. Do you know when you just said that? Like, is there anything else I can do?
You're like, I'm not going to do it.
No, the first thing in my head, I was like, oh, I don't even care. It's like just one more thing to do, you know?
Well, like, as long as you don't really have to do it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like me making iced coffee is...
Can you go to the Nook, though?
Commitment. Yeah, let's go together. Can we go together?
Yeah, we probably won't be alone.
We'll stream it live on Working-ish Mom's Instagram.
Oh my God. I will do anything to like, they already do so well, but I'll do anything to like drive people away from Starbucks and Marisol's and get them into the Nook so we can do a live. Maybe like a Sunday morning when Kyle's home and I leave to go like and get a coffee, we can have a linguiça roll there.
I don't eat linguiça, remember?
Oh, they have cheese rolls.
I can't do dairy.
Oh!
I know, I'm so annoying. I will do dairy though. I love it so much. They
have chocolate chip muffins. They have croissants. Do you do any of that?
not really, but it's fine.
Listen, we'll find you something.
I'll try everything.
Everything. We'll meet there
I
on a
also
Sunday
feel like
morning.
we need to like do it real and like bring the kids and show people like what a shit show of a life we have. Yeah. Your eyes
Wow.
twitching.
5 kids in that because it's not huge.
It's literally enough. It lives up to the name.
There's 4, like an area of like 4 seats, and then like 3 tables that have 2 seats per table.
Does the pinball machine actually work?
Mm-hmm. And there's 1 seat there.
Done.
Yeah.
Nix and Otis will be busy. Hadley will be watching them.
Exactly.
She's obsessed with them. Grant will be watching Hadley because he's obsessed with her.
And he'll be
And
watching
Griffin
Nixon.
will be trying to get all the food in the case from the back.
Okay.
Done. What's their name? Dave and Katie?
Paul and Katie.
Paul and I was so close.
You were so close.
If you need a little barista, is that the male version of barista?
Yes.
We have a pudgy little someone who would love to help.
And they love kids, and they love giving them like little cookies and snacks.
Oh, Griffin can eat it all.
I didn't realize. Maybe I should say this episode was sponsored by the Nook. I'll have to text him and see if that's okay.
He's like, please don't ever talk about me in your podcast again. Like,
yeah, he
actually
would.
refer to me as Dave, not Paul.
No, he would never. He's so great.
Okay, you're married. Chill out.
That's true. Oh, Paul.
All right, is there anything else you need or want to say before we get out of here?
Just thanks for being you. You look beautiful. Your highlights look beautiful. And I'm not going to save any money. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing as long as it brings me happiness. And I'm not going to go crazy. I'm already starving
myself by having to feed myself. Like, yeah.
Look at her. You're wilting away with all these little chips and almonds that you're eating.
It's like, might as well look the part.
What are you doing this summer that you're...
You know how people get like bikini ready? I get hair ready.
That's bikini the only body way I want to do it.
Literally non-existent.
No, I have nothing else to add. I think we covered everything.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening because you know no one else does.
Nope.
Love ya.
Bye.